What is up, YouTube? Today gonna be doing another replay analysis, just talking about a game where I got absolutely destroyed. It was pretty yikes, honestly. I don't know what happened. So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna be kind of critical of myself, not really worried about what my teammates are doing. But in this lobby, it was like Dapper, yeah, Res Bull. So it was pretty high level lobby. I think everyone in here is top 100. So um, except I think HG and Bull are South American players. But anyways, I think everyone still is top 100 in this lobby. So pretty hot lobby. We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna kind of tell you everything I did wrong and why we lost, because always blame yourself, don't blame your teammates. So yeah, definitely my bad that we lost. But let's get on into it and see what we could have done better. I'll be probably going really in depth. Here I was actually kind of AFK. I alt tab back. That's why the kickoff is a little yikes. So let's just ignore that. I almost didn't get back in time, but we ignore that. Here, I mean, staying on's okay, I guess. The only reason I stay is because I see him turn here, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe I can get a pass on middle. Obviously, my team is probably behind me, and maybe I'll leave it for him. He can probably get this. Probably better if he takes it, to be honest. The safer play, obviously, me rotate out. And then I end up baiting him in with a bad pass. He goes, gets dusted, and now it's a 3v1, and I have no boost. And I get bumped. So probably shouldn't have gone because like now they have 1, 2, 3, and he's back in a tough spot. I'm gonna have to make an awkward save. So yeah, like I mean, I guess the thing here, like how I prevent this, is you just kind of always have to be aware of what your teammates are doing. No, like if I hit it, I might bait a teammate. Of course, I don't know that, but it's just not a good touch for me. Like especially with all the space I have, I think I either leave this, or I slow play and go for 50 or something. So I think that's a better play there, as opposed to just throwing it to them and then setting my teammate up to get shit on. But I think he makes a save, yeah. But still awkward. You want to avoid that as much as possible. Here I cut in a little early. Um, One thing, like I see literally tons of lower level grand champs not do this, and I make the same mistake here. Is you rotate in like this, and you're like, yeah, I'm back post instead of going in like that's actually a bad line. So I kind of rotate in like this instead of rotating in like this. And the only reason I say like that is because now I can grab these two pads real quick. But just making sure you're planting here, that way you have room to go forward. Because like when you're here, you can cover all this, as opposed to like when you're here, you can really only cover all this. It's a little more difficult. So take wider rotations back to net. Definitely. Unless the play's going like really bad, but it's not. Like my team has just cleared the ball, should be okay. So I have time to go around it. And then you can see if I'm a little bit further back, it's going to make this play a little less awkward. But it works out. Good control by Dapper. Gets a reset. I move up slowly here because, I mean, he's not passing this ball to anybody. And so most likely what's going to happen is he's going to flip reset, hit it right to Tide. He does it. I doesn't get a great touch, so I probably could have been closer. Um, but let's say Dapper misses the reset, and I guess like he probably won't. He's a pretty good player. But like still, say he misses the reset, like flips, like this ball is kind of going like this. The ball's over here. Let's say Dapper flips over here, and this ball just kind of like goes like this and just drops here. The Tide can come in and just smack it back. And so if I don't respect that as being a possibility, kind of bad. Obviously early in the game, so you can still come back. But I mean, you want to try and limit your goals and your risks as much as possible. Like here's a here's a good example of me not respecting a 50. Like you have to realize that this guy's moving this way and this guy's moving this way. So ball can really do two things. Most likely it goes this way or it comes back like this. Um, or it could just shoot back like that. I guess three things. Um, but I'm just like not paying attention. Like I see this happening, I'm like, oh, this is fine. I just randomly move up. Like I brainlessly move up. I move up without actually thinking about a threat. And you have to respect the threat here because Dapper's not back yet. So I mean, yeah, if this pinches back, it's probably okay because he's rotating back. But it's also like I never want to leave a teammate by himself. It's just my play style. I play more passive. I play more safe. Um, so yeah, like I mean, is would he be back for this? Probably. You know what I mean? But I don't want to rely on him. I want to rely on myself. So that was just not good. But I see him, and then I rotate out of the way. He has a way easier time getting to that ball than I will, just because he's moving with the ball, like he's moving into the ball, where the ball's like over here coming like this as I'm moving in. So it's just more awkward for me. So I turn ball cam off so I can see him. I know that he's going to go, rotate behind him. Obviously, if you're in a lower level lobby, it might not happen, but my videos are generally tailored more towards like higher level players. So it's all good. Here, again, got to respect that 50, right? So I'm not like rushing into the play. And again, it gives your teammate space to do what he wants to do. Once I see him like kind of turn away like this, then I'm like, okay, I can probably move up. But the thing is, and why I'm being careful is look at this. He gets killed, he's closer, so you know it's really bad. But it's like, okay, say you cover that by rushing up, then you might get to the ball, but it's also like you're forcing out a 50 and you're up here and your teammates probably kind of far away. So, you know, it's like an unnecessary risk, I guess. Ends up kind of missing. And then all I'm doing there is just forcing the ball for a teammate. I don't need to challenge this because let's say I throw myself at this ball. For one, it's over me, so I'm going to get a bad touch, even if I do hit it. Or I'll probably just miss because it's already pretty high. He is the easier follow because he knows what he's going to do with the ball. He'll react to it quicker. Dapper's upfield, so I know if I commit and he's going to be rotating back, but he'll be back a little later. So it's going to leave my teammate on a 1v. So instead, I just force it like that. Crow ends up moving up a little far here though, so it kind of is awkward. Like you should never be parallel, like in a like a directly across from whoever's second. You should always be a little bit further back. But he moves up a little far. It's all good. He's probably only like this because I play this play pretty safe. You see this happens, and now he's not in a great spot to get a quick challenge, which is what I was hoping for. Ends up working out, and I just rotate behind him because you always rotate behind the ball, so the ball's in front of you. But this is kind of good recognition by me. As soon as you see this, and you see this boost trail, and you see him flying this way, and your teammate that way, I know there's a threat for a bump. I know Dapper's not going to be back because I just saw him rotating back, and I know Tide will come for this ball and try and shoot it if I don't go, which will put us in a bad spot. So I see that, I recognize it. I guess not Tide. I guess it was his other teammate that's going, but I commit. I was trying to get a block because I know I'll help with a 50. That's what we do. We get a decent 50, and Dap's there to help, just like I said he would. Now here, I don't know what Dapper's doing, to be honest. But I mean, I guess I could go slow into this, but I didn't think he'd turn because it's not his ball, and Dapper's is kind of as close you can get to a pro. So I figured he would just let me take it, and especially because he can see me. But I mean, I guess my bad. But like he can see me here. I mean, honestly, what's he looking for? Maybe a pass middle, but it's like I have a way better line on this ball. You should just rotate back. So try not to do that. Try not to cut your teammates off. But I do make a mistake here in the sense that after I see this, right, I start rushing here. I see him stay on the wall. At this point, I gotta just be like, all right, he's going. He shouldn't go. But now I'm making his mistake become my mistake because we're both going for the same ball, right? But instead, it makes way more sense. Don't let your teammate's mistake become your mistake. Instead, play off of it, rotate behind your teammate, and try and make up for a play instead of just double committing when you don't have to. So I make the mistake again. Crows by himself, gets dusted, and they really should score that. So yeah, kind of a big yikes. I don't know how you missed this, honestly, but it's all good. Top 100, by the way. Actually, I don't know. These guys might not be top 100, but I know Dapper and Crow are, and Tide is. So, yes, sir. This is a good play for me. A good example of staying back. I'm not rushing into the play. I'm gonna be covering back post, keeping everything in front of me. And then he passes it right to me. And then because I'm back here, I don't have to adjust. Whereas like if I'm here, I have to turn then jump. Whereas I'm here, all I have to do is just jump, right? And that little bit of time that it'll take you to adjust is gonna get you beat at higher levels. So if you can eliminate that adjustment time by just being in a good spot, it's how you play faster. So I do that. I get up quick. The only thing I don't do is hit the open pass to Dapper. This should have definitely been a goal from us, but I missed the touch. I mean, if I just hit this over here, he's so far back. It's a pretty good shot for Dapper, but we miss it. It happens. It's all good. Still 0-0, keeping the game close. Go for a bump, which is okay. Although it makes me use a little bit of boost, kind of unnecessary. Actually, I don't think I actually waste any boost because if you guys don't know, once you're going Supersonic, unless you change your momentum, So like if you're going in a straight line like this, and you're already going supersonic, you'll stay supersonic no matter what. But if you turn, then you lose your supersonic speed. So, but I don't think I use any boost after I pick up this path. Yeah, I don't. So it's fine to go for a demo there, and then just slow down when I get back close. Now we're waiting. This is probably should be my ball, but Dapper doesn't really rotate behind me. Instead, he just rotates in, which is fine. So I let him go. I recognized this time as opposed to last time, instead of doing a stupid double commit. The only reason we don't rush up here, a lot of people are like, oh, this might be a good play, right? Like Dapper's beat both of these guys, moving up could be a good play, is because I know Dapper just went for an aerial. He might not have the boost to get to this. And that's actually exactly what happens. He gets beat because he's out of boost. See? And did I check his boost beforehand? And did I know that? No. That's just, inferring, and it comes with time and just understanding the game. So I don't rush into the play. He ends up passing back, and they end up clearing it. Or they could have cleared it, right? Crow luckily dunks, but I would have been there if he didn't. And then the big yikes. I forgot this happened, dude. This is a big yikes. I'm in a fine spot here. I mean, honestly, I don't know how this happens. I mean, my positioning's fine. I just completely missed the arrow. I come in a little bit too like this instead of more like that. I should have just been shooting for the left side of the field, but we whip the ball. Even the top players do it. It happens. I'm unlucky, though. No way to start the game off. No movement afterwards shows my frustration in myself, but it's okay. It happens. You see a bad kickoff here. I really like... If you can avoid a 50 as third man, do it. Unless you're going to get bumped. If you're getting bumped, just rush, right? But here, I see him out of the play, and I'm like, oh dear. He has at least one teammate who's going to be closer, ready to help. So I'm going to go in, try and bait a shot. Because if you can get them to give you the ball and just give yourself a free touch, it's so much easier. So I go in, fake, come back. He throws it to me. We get the save. Game moves on, right? Big fake challenge. We get the ball. I end up getting a good touch over Tide. I think I probably go a little fast there. I could have slowed down. Because if he just chips it, like here, and I'm slowing down, and it just kind of like rolls, I can get it again. But I'm trying to get out of there, I guess. So we get out of there. Let our teammates go. Just rotate behind, turn, and again, we're always sitting back. That way we can get to anything in front of us, and it's just easier to read. Like, because, especially from this position, where I'm at, I'll just show you my POV. That way it makes a little more sense again. But, like, if a ball gets hit on the backboard, it's so much easier to read than if you're sitting, like, here and gets hit on the backboard. It's just so much easier to read. Way easier. And you can just react to everything from you. So, I mean, when I say rotate back post, I mean rotate to this thing. Okay? And then don't just rush in. Okay? Wait to see what's happening. Okay? You don't have to stop, but just kind of like figure out what's going to go on. And then, move into the play. So let's see what happens. Ends up being a really awkward read. I think Dapper should let me go for this. It's easier for me. Like, look where... Like, this ball for him is an awkward-ass bounce. He should let me go. But, I mean, probably some trust issues. Obviously, we're in ranked solo queuing, so, I don't even think he can see me either, so... Yeah, he can't see me. That's probably why he goes. Because he sees it as a threat. When it comes, I'm probably like, I got. But it's all good. I let him go. Big whiff. This starts a really bad play from us. I missed the ball again. Because I kind of flip late. Pro just bangs it, but he bangs it like off the top of the ceiling, so it's really awkward for him. This never should have happened. I should just hit this ball, alright? And then this doesn't happen. He misses, has to play it down. And now look at where him and Dapper are. They're both just in the corner, right? So they're literally, instead of like spacing out, they're really only covering like this side of the field. Whereas like if you have somebody here, you have another box like here. And then you have me, like all the way back here, right? So it's like you have multiple barriers the defense has to break through in order to get a goal. But instead, when you're both on top of each other, it's like, one touch can take you both out of the game. And this is kind of exactly what happens. Because I miss, this whole sequence of events happens that ends up putting Dapper out of position. Although my touch didn't directly put Dapper out of position, he just kind of drove over there. But that's besides the point. The point is, I made a bad play. and now we're in this spot because I did. So now he ends up going for the boost, and now this is really awkward. But here, I need to recognize a potential bump here, and instead of trusting Dapper to just hit this, I need to sit here and wait. But instead, I'm like, he's got it, dude. He's Dapper. He's a pro. Gets bumped. I'm like, oh, shit. And then the shot comes in. I can't save it. Whereas if I'm sitting here the whole time, right? I'm just waiting here. I see him get bumped. We can get to this. And then save this shot. Or, I mean, worst case scenario, I could wait, which I wouldn't recommend doing, but I guess I could wait here. But I probably just jump for that, save it, and we're good. But just bad awareness by me. You gotta watch what's happening. And it's easiest to watch if you're back post and behind the play, and everything's in front of you. But we get scored on. Again, my fault. So I give up 2 goals. Big yikes. Kickoff goes to the side. I turn the wrong way. I don't know what this is. This is bad play from me. No reason for me to do this. I just need to go like this, rotate back. The only reason this ball comes this way is because, or the only reason I'm here and not back post, because I just went for the kickoff. Grabbing boost now. Now we're kind of awkward. Or did I go for the kickoff? Yeah, I did. I went for the kickoff, landed on the left side. I see myself lose, so I rush towards the back boost, not the mid boost. Ball ends up coming towards me, and then I should just turn and sit at this front post here. And then just wait to see what happens. But instead, and why would you sit front post here? So you can jump in front of anything that gets shot on net, even though you're on the wrong side. Because if you're here, and this plays like coming in, a shot gets shot from like over where I'm standing right now, like into the right side, you can jump and get it. Whereas if you kind of rotate behind, it's just going to take longer. Although you're probably in a better spot, but that just takes too long for what the play set up. It looks like we're having this bug again. Hopefully this fixes it. If not, I'll cut this part out. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. They really need to fix that bug. It's super annoying. But yeah, I end up waiting front post anyways, and it works. We get free touch here. But then this is where you have to use your teammates, especially in high level threes. You see Dapper waiting for the pass. He's not rotating back because he expected me to just drop it right here, and then he's a free playing up to Crow, and we probably score, but instead I pass it to the other team. Yikes. Just not doing what I should be doing when I have the ball. Puts us in a bad spot. I think Crow might be able to get a pass to me, so I stay out. Oh, sorry. So I stay up there. He doesn't get a great touch. I end up going anyways because I see that the guy rotate back. I'm just trying to buy some more time for the team. Not a great touch, though. Definitely could have tried to get it to a teammate, hit it high, get a pop. A lot more options I could have done with this. But I do kind of rush it because I see him jump out the corner of my eye, if you'll see it. Watch Tide on the right screen. Right side of the screen. There he goes. The big jump right there. But I kind of rush it, get a bad touch, goes right to him. Good fake from Tide. Here I'm sitting middle. Might be a pass. I see Dapper go behind me, so we're just going to sit here. This ball goes out over here. I got it. It kind of does. Somewhat, but I know I can still get it. Boom. We flip to the left. Okay, should have flipped to the right. Would have wanted easier, but it's all good. Kind of rotate on the wrong side of the ball here. I didn't think Dapper would lose it, but still, this is awkward. Because now we're both here, and like one touch can take us both out of the game, which it almost does, but he doesn't dunk. Dapper gets a 50, works. But again, I shouldn't be rotating here because now, see this? This is never what you want. This is really bad. I shouldn't be here. Because if this guy dunks Dapper, we're both out of the play, and you never want that. You want it to be as hard as possible for the defense to score, and if you and your teammates are on top of each other, then, it opens up the field. Instead, this happens, and we get kind of lucky that they don't capitalize. And I just kind of wait, sit back. Again, here, I'm putting a lot of faith in my teammate. And even at top 100, okay, you can't always trust him because you understand you're going up against good players, right? So, and especially plays off the wall like this, you never know what's going to happen. But I just creep too early, and then it makes this second ball I go for really, really awkward right here. I end up missing, and then Dapper doesn't rotate back, and we get scored on. He should have, but he didn't. But it's not his fault. It's mine because I didn't play it safe. So arguably, 3 goals are all my fault. But not even arguably. Like, the thing is, a lot of people blame their teammates. And don't get me wrong, they've made mistakes. But so have I. right? So like, I mean, even when you think you're playing perfect, there's always something you can do. And that's how you continuously get better in this game. Is you always improve, get better. Whew. I know bad touch there by me, but I don't think we get scored on because of it. He gets absolutely wrecked on the kickoff, which I didn't expect from Dapper. He used to be a once player, and then I kind of turned it the wrong way. I should have turned to the left. I should have turned like. Let me go back a frame. That way you guys can see what I'm talking about. One, come on, there it is, right here. Instead of turning like this, I should turn this way because it's going to give me more space to react to this. Because if I turn this way, right, I'm going to be sitting around here and the ball's going to bounce like this. And so since I'm closer, there's less distance between me and the ball, so it's going to be less time for me to react to it. Whereas if I turn like this and I'm sitting here, the ball's here, look at all the space now that I have to react to what the ball's going to do. Or even if the ball's here. Yeah, so like let's say it bounces like this. I turn here, we're standing here, this is the ball, this is me. And so you can see the distance isn't that big, whereas if I turn here, I'm sitting here. The distance between the ball and me, that's a bad end, but you get the point, is quite larger. So it gives you more time to react. Which is another reason why you want to sit back post if you can. But then it makes it a little awkward. I get a bad touch. Luckily, he doesn't fake me, and I'm able to get a good save. And then here, goal line 50s, scary stuff. Shouldn't have been in this position, but I turned the wrong way. Now I have to do this, and now I'm like, oh, shoot. So here, I'm like, I have to just get as good of a 50 here and try and get this to the side, and I do. I think he doesn't flip the right way, but yeah, he hits a little high. We win the 50. And we get the camera bug again. Will it fix it? It does. Let's go. Sometimes that doesn't work, so kind of annoying, but I get bumped out of the play. And whenever you get bumped like this, you get thrown to the middle of the field, your teammate has no idea you get bumped. Okay, right? So instead of being like, oh, let's just sit middle, go back. You know what I mean? Unless you're like, in comms, I got bumped middle, hit me. You know what I mean? But they don't know unless they're watching you, and they might not be. But you can't control what they're doing. You can only control what you're doing, and they won't expect you to be middle if they think you're behind them. You know, and if last time I saw you was a net behind them, and then all of a sudden you're in the middle of the field, it can be bad. Fake this. Again, I'm faking because I don't want to throw both of us out of the play. Look, Dapper just went. He's gonna be low boost. I know Crow's rotating back. Let's say I go and miss. Now he's on a 1v, and you never want that. So just fake. Have him toss the ball to your team. Gives us the ball. I go a little close there, and now this is awkward. So here, I kind of like, you have to see this as being a free ball for them, which could be banged back. But I'm also worried about an air dribble, like exactly what he does. So I'm trying to cover that. But as soon as I see the air dribble, now it's Dapper's turn to go. So once I see this, I should just be like, all right, all you. You have the easier read on it. I'll wait in net. But instead I go because I don't see him jump. I read that information incorrectly. He doesn't get a great touch, and we get scored on from another double-ish commit. So 2 double commits gets us scored on twice this game. So you just gotta avoid that by reading what your teams are doing. That's okay. Happens. Move up too far. But also it's like we're down 4 with under 2 minutes left. Like we have to start playing aggressive. And then I think we forfeit. Yeah. So, you know, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Basically it was all about just staying safe, playing defensive, even if you have good teammates. A lot of times I'll see it happen in higher level lobbies where like one team's better than the other one. They all start playing really aggressive and they lose. And they're like, why did we lose? Like, well, you guys played on top of each other the whole game. So I always try to take that role of just being like safe, man, like the turbo pulse role, I call it. Just playing safe, not doing anything super aggressive. But all 4 of these goals, all 4 of them. This one was, I don't know, we had 2 double commits, and then we had like me reading my teammate wrong on that bump, and then just more bad plays. So, you know, all in all, got to be better. This is how we get better, though. You got to criticize yourself, look at what you're doing wrong, and that's how you get it done. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you in the next video. Which, by the way, probably not gonna upload that dribbling one again. It's taking forever to edit. And to be honest, I don't really want to be editing a whole lot of videos. I just want to be able to upload them right away to you guys. But if you guys do actually want me to upload the rest of that, I will. Not a problem. But yeah, anyways, without further ado, you guys have a good one, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Peace.